Hello. Welcome to Madly in Love with You. If you don't know who I am, hi, my name's Alejandra. I am a love and confidence coach, and I will be sharing the day with you on how to madly be in love with yourself. Everybody is always looking for love outside of themselves when the trick really is to be in love with you. Once you are in love with yourself, you are able to attract and manifest anything that you want. So let me go ahead and share my screen here with you. Let's see how this goes. This is like the first time I've ever done anything like this. So I also wanted to do something else, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just stick with this in the meantime. And we will go with what we've got, right? So there it is. Okay, that's interesting. I'm like trying to figure out how to do this, you guys. So bear with me. Present and record, maybe. Let's go ahead and do that. Go to recording studio, watch, be like, sorry, we can't do that. Canva can't access. Okay, whatever. It's fine. We're going to do with what we've got. So what we have, like I said, madly in love with you, falling in love with yourself all over again, and being able to just accept where you are right now and pretty much focus on you, nurture you, spend time with you. And yeah, so before we get started, I did pull a card before we began here, and I was like, all right, let's see what we need to hear for today. And it says, I remember soul plan, the fated life versus the destiny life. And let's see what that means, because they always have like a message for you, and I love reading this. So it says, there was a moment before you were born when you chose the conditions of the life you're living right now. Isn't that interesting? When you plotted out these exact moments along the timeline of your life, we live in a world of free will. And therefore, these moments become our destiny only through saying yes. The fated life is the one we were born into. The destiny life is the one our soul chooses, and it takes courage and faith. If you pull this card, it's because you're likely now face to face with the choice to follow the destiny life over the fated life. I never understood that, because I always understood that fate and destiny were the same thing, but apparently it is not. To trust the path your soul is calling you toward, and to remember that this moment was pre-arranged on your life's timeline. Holy hell. You may find yourself at a crossroads, at a moment when you're being called to make a decision to keep walking the perfectly laid out path before you, or choose the one less traveled. You may be facing a change of career, a new relationship, a difficult decision, or something else that requires courage and faith. You're being invited to remember your soul's greater plan and to surrender to it. When you're confronted with a path that's undefined, it's normal for doubt to rear its head. In fact, this is a certain sign that you're facing your soul's greater plan. Every hero in his or her life journey comes eye to eye with doubt. The only way around it is through it. It's all part of a larger plan. I fucking love this. And by the way, I'm a huge cursor. I have a sailor's mouth, or is it pirate mouth? I don't know. But I am so excited to do this. I've been wanting to do a masterclass, and I honestly was like meditating. I want to say like 3-4 weeks ago, and I was like, what is it something that I can teach people? And I was like, I am a love coach. I'm already into that. Like, I'm a confidence coach. Like, I have been building people's confidence. I have been helping women feel safe and comfortable to express me what their situation is. And we go ahead and shift that and make it better for them. And it's just been so rewarding that I was like, what can I teach more for more people to be touched or contacted, connected, however it is. And I went ahead and created this. And honestly, it's been like my cute little like new project. And from here, I can only sense it growing. So with that being said, let's get started. Like I said, my name's Alejandra. So let me introduce myself. You're already aware that I am a love and confidence coach, and I've always been fascinated with love ever since I was a little girl. It's been my thing ever since then until now. Like I've always been fascinated with love, and come to find out, love is our like essential emotion to our core, what we are, excuse me, what we are, what we become, what we go back to, like that's our soul. So my favorite movie growing up was Pocahontas, and I honestly loved it because she fought for love. Like, yeah, it may have been a Disney movie and it was not completely accurate for the whole entire situation, but that is what I saw and what I loved. And I love that she talked to a freaking weeping willow, and she just was out in nature, embracing the wind and all of that. And I was like, yes, I love it. So as my 4-year-old birthday, I actually got 2 VHS tapes, and yeah, that actually makes me 30 years old. So I have gone through that phase, and I also was able to manifest my husband, which is kind of what got me into manifesting. Um, I have manifested the salary that I make now. I have manifested the house that we live in. I have manifested just pretty much the order that I've wanted in my life. And I am so abundantly grateful for it. I love to go hiking. So if any of you love to hike, or if you know any great spots to go to, let me know. I definitely would love to go ahead and join. Like last September, my friends and my mom and my sister and I, we went to Sedona, and we went to the Grand Canyon. We went and did the Devil's Bridge, and oh my God, it was so hard for me and my mom, but we had an awesome time. We made great memories. So if you know of any great hiking spots, let me know. Then I also love to eat. I'm a huge foodie. If you're ever in my Instagram stories, you'll see that Sam is the cook in the house, and I just love to eat. So I definitely enjoy that. And yeah, that's pretty much what sums it up. And now let's see. What does love have to do with it? Like I mentioned, love is pretty much to our core. When you go ahead and tap into that emotion, that vibration, and anything and everything pretty much goes. You're on that high vibe. There's like happiness, there's love, there's enlightenment. And I can't remember what the pyramid thing is, the cone of it all, but there's certain stages of emotions that you feel when you're at the highest one. Everything is just magnetized to you. So this is pretty much what we're going to be learning today. And what else? So pretty much when you go ahead and manifest, you are in the position of putting yourself, I mean, you can manifest anything at a low vibration or a high vibration, but as you know, I'm a love coach. I love love. I love that feeling of just being so at like pure bliss, right? So that is what we're going to go to. And these are the things that I did in order to go ahead and get there. So what we'll be covering today is learning how to let go in order to receive. Because when we let go of things, that's pretty much giving us the chance to open our arms and our hearts and receive all the things that we've been desiring and calling in. And then being able to forgive. This is actually a huge one. And we'll talk about that in the next slide. And also being able to focus on you. We get so distracted with life, with our homes, with our families, with our friends, and we get burnt out to the point of like, we are empty and we're running on empty, and we don't take the time to spend and replenish ourselves. So that is just a couple of things that we'll be touching base on, and we'll go into more details. All right, so the first one, like I mentioned, is letting go. Learning to let go is a very hard thing, a concept that most people deal with because, well, everybody is really stubborn. Hi, I'm one of those people. I'm really stubborn when it comes to letting go. But when you let go, you pretty much, like I said, open your arms and are putting your energy onto something more not accurate, but more like, let's say you're putting your energy into what you really desire instead of hanging on to pain, instead of hanging on to judgment and shame, and also letting go of like how things will be. Like I remember when I was younger, like my mom loved to have things planned, but I would throw them off. And at the same time, like when you have things planned, like, yeah, things will go accordingly, but sometimes either you missed a traffic light or you got a coffee stain on your shirt before you walked out, right? And then another thing of like you pretty much are so hard on yourself for the mistakes that you've done in the past, whether you stayed in a relationship that you were unhappy about, or you cheated on your boyfriend, your husband, or you cheated on your wife or your girlfriend. Um, and it's pretty much time for you to let all of that go. Let go of the timelines, let go of the shame, the things that you did, because at one point that was a decision that you needed to make for yourself. So let go of all that because instead of hanging on to that, you can free up, like I said, your energy in order to focus on the thing that you do want, whether that is a really great and supportive relationship. Like for me, once I let go of my so called love, right, I ended up exploring other opportunities. And then after that, I was finally done. Like I wrote a post on Facebook and I was like, this is what I want in a relationship. This is how they're going to make me feel. I don't care about the race. I don't care about the age. I don't care how they look. I just want them to support me and love me and reciprocate. I don't know why that word is so hard for me. Reciprocate that love that I give. Because I was in my head and I was like thinking of like, how can there not be a love out there for me if I am able to give that love? Like it has to exist. So I let it go. And then, of course, 4 months later, I was dating my now husband. And it's been the most amazing relationship I've ever had, as well as letting go of what could be, how things will be. Because I also, in the back of my mind, when I started dating Sam, I thought that our relationship would only last for 3 months. And then he kept proving over and over to me that he was there to support me, to be there for me, to love me. And I let go of that illusion, let go of that mindset of he is going to be just another guy that walked away. And then I also let go of a mistake that I did when I was younger, and I was completely ashamed. But then for some reason, while Sam and I were friends, I opened up to him and he was like, okay, so that doesn't make you who you are. It's just something that you experienced. And this is something that I was super ashamed about. And I let that hinder me in regards to having relationships and things like that. But once I let that go, I was able to be more comfortable with myself, be more free, and just be me. So that is what I have in regards to letting go. So if there's something that you are hanging on to that is no longer serving you, let it go and surrender. There is no need to have that in your life any longer. So now on to our next slide. And this is a huge one. We've heard about forgiving others, but I believe we've also heard about forgiving yourself. And this is a huge thing for me. I am a very, what's the word that I can say? Like, I hold myself to a very high standard, and I hold that to my husband, I hold that to my family, I hold that to my friends. And of course, I'm going to understand of like, okay, you have a lot going on and things happen. And emotions take over. And then there is just a fine line where people cross, and it's like, you know what, I forgive you, but I don't want you in my life any longer. And sometimes you can do that with other people, but you can't do that with yourself, right? You can't cut yourself out. So what you should do in this situation is forgive yourself. Like, for me, one thing, it's like I forgive myself for sneaking out of the house and being reckless. Like, I forgive myself for being involved with one of my friends' crushes. Like, that was a huge thing for me too. Gosh, I am just bringing out all my skeletons out. But this is what I did in order to go ahead and continue to call in the things that I wanted in my life. And then forgiving myself for being so hard on myself. I felt like I didn't meet other people's expectations. And I was like, why am I being so hard? Like, I forgive you for just doing the best that you can, because sometimes we don't meet other people's standards, and that's fine. Just as long as you forgive yourself and love yourself, that's all that matters. If you have gone ahead and disrespected someone, of course, put your ego aside and apologize. Like, that is a huge thing. It's not just for like integrity, it's also because you appreciate that person's relationship, and because sometimes you fuck up, you know? So that is one thing that I would say would be a huge thing, forgiving yourself, as well as letting go, making space, and just shedding all that shit. I mean, that's the best way that I can say it. So when you've done that, you've forgiven yourself, you let go. That's really two of the hardest things that people like have a hard time doing. Um, but I mean, this is what you need to do in order to really fall madly in love with yourself. Like, how can you go ahead and forgive others but not forgive yourself? How can you let go of someone hurting you, but you can't let go of the pain that you caused yourself, and let go of the timeline and all of that? So just something to think about. And then another thing is to focus on you. So this requires a bit of discipline and commitment on your part. Okay. So this goes, of course, from eating healthy to exercising to setting your healthy boundaries. Nobody will know what your boundaries are unless you express them. So go ahead and voice those things up. If it's hurt somebody's feelings and not hurt you, I would rather go ahead and hurt somebody's feeling than hurt myself, to be quite honest. Actually, I need some water now. I think about this. But we don't want to lose our marbles. We want to go ahead and recharge our energy before we lose it. And then, of course, this is going to be a day in and day out. I know that with summer going around or something coming around, everybody's going to be all about like working out, eating healthy, looking good for the beach, and all of that. Like, no, you should be doing this on a daily basis. And I know we go into hibernation mode come like fall, winter, and then, hey, spring, let's get started. But no, like, get into the habit of getting some movement, either walking, going to the pool and doing some laps, hitting the gym, whatever it is that you need to. Go ahead and make sure you take care of your health, make sure you take care of your body, because that is the really most important thing to do. Of course, taking care of your vessel as well as your mind. I mean, I mentioned this so many times, like, make sure to see what you're feeding yourself. Like, are you feeding yourself healthy food? Or are you doing like junk food all the time? Are you ordering out? Like, it's okay if you go ahead and eat out from time to time, or if that's what you do and you eat healthy, like order healthy options. Sure, that's fine. But also, when you do a home cooked meal and it's made out of love, like, hello, it tastes so much better. Like, Sam actually made me a ramen soup today, and he usually does. And then we went out on a double date about 3 weeks ago to a ramen spot. And I was like, babe, this is not as good as yours. I don't know if it's just me getting older or what, but that is just what my experience was. Make sure you're drinking your water, you're staying active. Like I said, whether that's walking, doing yoga, you have access to all of this on your freaking computer. And instead, we go ahead and Netflix and chill. Like, come on now. We want to improve our lives, we got to improve ourselves. And another huge thing is meditating. Meditating could be a meditative walk. This is something new that I've come to learn, where you're just meditating, going over through your thoughts and everything, or journaling. If you want to go ahead and jot that down and dump everything that you're feeling, go ahead and do that. Find some journal prompts. Either on Pinterest or some that you can see on Instagram. It is a huge thing because you get to realize like all the things that you have been holding on to. Once again, learning to let go and be able to create an action plan in order to be better than you were yesterday. So this is where you get the chance to be honest with yourself completely, and just be free and let it all out. This is one thing that you need to do because we tend to suppress all of our emotions. We tend to go ahead and even suppress our own opinions. And it's time to just step up and love yourself and set those boundaries and demand the respect that you deserve and take care of you because no one is going to do it for you. All right. So, what are your goals? What are you looking to manifest? Are you looking to manifest your dream partner, your dream body, your dream home, which I have two out of those three. I'm working on the body part. Okay. Okay. Um, so whatever it is you want to reach, you can have it. I honestly, for the life of me, when Sam and I got married, I thought that it was either traveling, a baby, and a home. And of course, I always wanted to own a home like my mom. She cleans houses for a living. So we actually would clean a house similar to mine. And like as a teenager, I was like, I always like I one day I will be able to own a home like this. And I totally forgot that I even said that, because I mean, we were always in and out of freaking people with money. Korean people is my mom's client base. And it was pretty much off of referral. So that's what we got and what we received and what we saw. And of course, like what is it? I was in seventh grade, eighth grade. Yeah, eighth grade, because I ran away from home at one point. Anyways, that's beside the deal. I was able to go to Tyson's Corner 2. And if you're not aware of what that is, Tyson's Corner 2 is like the uppity up mall. And it was just in that like energy of rich people. And at one point, or like in one aspect of it, I was like, you know what? I don't like rich people because they're so snobby, they're so stuck up, and all of this. And then I was like, but I can make it my way, and I don't have to ever be like that. So I am. I mean, like I said, I've manifested my dream partner. Like Sam is everything that I wanted and more. I mean, the bonus part to me was cooking. He is super clean, which I'm complete opposite of that. But like he loves me and he supports me in all of my crazy dreams. And I'm always there to support him in every situation that he's got going on. So you must go ahead and dream it. Believe that you can have it. Plan for it, however that is. Like for me, when I went ahead and manifested this house, which I honestly did not think it would happen, Sam and I actually started looking at houses openings on the weekends, and we were like, oh, we like this, or how many bedrooms that we want, and we wanted 4 bedrooms, and luckily we have 5 bedrooms in our house. And I was like, I want a huge deck. And I wanted to go ahead and put a hammock on that deck, like on the bottom of the deck and everything. And I wanted to host like events, grilling, and all of that. And we have been able to do that. And I'm honestly so happy. We have a basement. We're going to be able to create an entertainment center down there. And we have a pool table and an air hockey table that doesn't work, but hopefully we get working soon. But yeah, we've seen the boys like go up and down the stairs, have fun with their Nerf guns, and just be able to do and like enjoy the space. Like for me, I originally was set up in the office with Sam and our roommate, and they love to talk, and I get distracted. And I'm like, okay, that's too much energy going on. Like, I need to reserve myself. So I've set myself up in the corner here in our bedroom, which has so much space too. But yeah, so another thing, it's like, do you want to go ahead and travel? Then start looking up flights. When I actually went to Hawaii in March, previously to that, like I was looking for Sam and I to go, and it was like $1,000 per person. And then of course, with everything that happened this past year, the prices had plummeted and now they're going back up again. But I was able to find a flight for myself for my 30th birthday round trip for under $500, you guys. Like, that's insane. Okay. So when you are manifesting things and they're not coming right away, it's not because the universe hasn't listened, God hasn't listened, source, whatever it is that you believe in. It's not that it's not coming, it's just not the right moment. There are things that you still need to work on, there's things that you need to let go, forgive, and pretty much focus on yourself, love yourself. Once you do that, everything starts. So, like, if you are a huge complainer, if you're always negative, if you are always like, oh, woe is me, like, nothing is going to happen in your favor. Excuse me. Instead, negative things are going to happen, or things are going to continue like breaking down, or your dream that you want won't happen. So, another thing with buying a home, let's go back to that. Um, I was losing hope because I mean, we weren't able to save. I mean, kind of like a miracle happened where we were able to go ahead and get a great down payment, and we were able to get our house, you guys. I did not foresee this. I didn't know how this would happen. It, of course, did not hurt anyone. So good on that. And then if you're looking for a partner, think about all the relationships that you've had previously, right? Like, what is it that you enjoyed? What is it that you didn't enjoy? What is it that you want more of? How do you want to feel in that relationship? And if you haven't had that experience, I mean, you've had experience with men or women, however it is, in your own way. It's like, how is it that you want to be in a relationship? How do you want to be treated in that relationship? And then treat yourself like that if you were in that relationship. Um, and of course, if you want to have that hot girl summer bod, that's like the new thing that people are saying, right? Create a schedule of like when you're going to go work out, create a meal plan for yourself, whatever that is. If you don't know what to do in regards to meal planning, Pinterest is a really great tool. And then workouts, same thing, YouTube, Pinterest, however it is you want. Go to a gym if you don't want to go ahead and do that and that's not your jam. That's perfectly fine. There are so many solutions to whatever it is that you want to manifest. And if you don't know how to go about it, that's okay. That's why there are coaches like or like me, like me. Okay. My English is like all over the place. I don't know if it's because I'm excited or what, but manifest and put it into action. So, what I would go ahead and say is script out how you want your life to be. How do you dream your life to be? Who are you with? What are you doing? How much money are you making? How many bedrooms is the home that you want? What does your routine look like? Then create a schedule and a routine that works for you. So for me, I always believed that I needed to go ahead and wake up at 5 in the morning, which yuck. 5 in the morning, work out, have my breakfast, do my personal development and all that. It's like, that doesn't work for me. That's not what I do. And that may not be something that works for you either. So once you've done a plan that works for you and your schedule and your family, stick to the plan. Okay. And make time for you. Do a bubble bath. Go get a pedicure, manicure, whatever that is. Go get your hair did. Journal. One thing for sure, every morning, if you don't even know what to journal, just list 10 things that you are grateful for. Once you put that into practice, oh my God, it has so freaking like many miracles. Like I've noticed my life turn around once I've implemented that. And it's just the most amazing thing, you guys. So you can do gratitude about your own self, about what you have, about the relationships that you have, of the things that you've experienced, and all of that good stuff. So now, how do I come into play? So what I do is I coach women through all of these stages and pretty much keep you from like holding on to all those negative patterns that you've been living through for freaking years. Because usually what happens is we want something, but then fear keeps us in our comfort zone. We don't know what to do, where to go. We doubt ourselves. We don't trust ourselves anymore because of the mistakes that we've done, because we don't feel worthy, because we don't love ourselves. And I teach you to pretty much rewire your mindset so you can go ahead and shift into the manifestation that you've been wanting to have for so long. I hold space for you so you can go ahead and express yourself completely and freely and know that you're not being judged. I mean, you're human, life happens, you make mistakes. Those mistakes don't make you who you are. So, once I have done that, I pretty much give you the tools in order for you to be able to do that on your own. So if you are ready to go ahead and set up a consult call with me, I will leave the details somewhere below. And if you have any questions, please DM me and leave me a comment down below letting me know what you enjoy the most about this little masterclass. Guys, this was honestly so exciting to do and create and share with you. And I really hope that you gained something out of it. And like I said, if you have any questions, please feel free to message me, find me on Instagram. All of those details will be down below for you. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, wherever you are. I love you. And until next time, bye.